It's Madden NFL 22 on EA Sports. And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Browns and the Titans coming up next.
We welcome all of you to Nissan Stadium on the banks of the Cumberland River in downtown Nashville, Tennessee. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Cleveland Browns and the Tennessee Titans. Set to go now on a beautiful sunny afternoon. And off we go from Nashville. Fielded right around the 8. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. So the Titans set to go to work for the first time. And a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3".
What I enjoyed this week is that you asked to talk to his offensive center before the game and find out a little bit more about him and what the relationship is. And that was a pretty positive story, wasn't it?
Yeah, and really what I took away from that is just how it has permeated throughout the entire offensive line, the relationship they've had. It's really a group that's in sync.
They care about him. That's the thing. They really care. And when you care that much, you're going to play that much harder for him and give him a better chance to lead the team to wins.
Throwing on first down. O'Donnell. Man open left side is Brennan. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Hold on a second. Was that the fullback? That was the fullback. Who says it to slot receivers? But the only guys who can catch the football and get big yardage after the catch. Really nice job there. Showing good hands and an ability to get upfield.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard. 2nd and 11.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line. But I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels. Because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Back to throw. O'Donnell. And a quick throw here. That's complete. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 41. Off play action. O'Donnell. And that's incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Second and 10. They'll look to throw again. The 20, 5, and it's a Titans touchdown. A great effort there. 41 yards. And the Titans have taken a first quarter lead.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Now the try here for the extra point. And this is good. Our score, 7-0 Tennessee. A drive that time of 6 plays. And the result in the end, a Titans touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So here are the Browns under head coach Kevin Stefanski. And a look here at their go-to guy under center.
It's pretty much become the norm when we see guys come out before a game and go through the route tree with their receivers. I thought it was exciting for us to see the exact same thing happen in practice.
He's so meticulous, isn't he?
He really is, and that told me it's not just a one-time-a-week thing. They work on it all the time, trying to hone that fine edge. They want to see if they can get in sync and stay in sync in this one.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. Danielson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. And they try to swing it out left into the flat. Complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
An extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for 3rd down. Back to throw. Danielson. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down. And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one. The Browns send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and it'll be Titan football. The Titans coming back onto the field for their 2nd drive. And coming up on their 2nd drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice, and it all came together. But I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a handoff here to his running back.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
On 3rd down, it's George. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
We all always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
Now a play fake here on first down. Throw left side complete. That's Neal. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll make it second down.
Well, there was nothing open down the field, so give him credit for his patience and not forcing it. Showed a lot of confidence in his big man to just swing it out to the fullback, and they got some good yardage out of it.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Tennessee, and it's the homestanding Titans in possession as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. Looking to throw. O'Donnell. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 35.
But whenever you call and run the hitch route, a lot of times that ball's got to be in the air before the receiver even turns around. That's the result of throwing it so many times in practice. Is really a timing route. Make sure that ball's out of your hands, and oftentimes the receiver turns around, and there's the ball. Nice completion there.
Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31. Defensively, they rally quickly after the broken tackle. Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw. O'Donnell. He finds his man. Complete. That's George. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. So the completion good for just 3. And that'll make it 3rd down. Operating from the gun. O'Donnell. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, that play was certainly a little bit different because on the previous play, he was sacked. This time, protection a lot better. Had time to survey the field and still couldn't find an open receiver.
The Titans on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and a mile. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Tight defense there on third down, but what a product of good coaching and even better execution, because he realized he's in field goal range, no sense forcing anything, and he made sure he didn't.
So now the Titans are going to call upon their field goal unit here. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about one-score lead, two-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, caught at the 21. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. And to give this time to the tailback. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 45-yard line.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. Remind you in just a couple of minutes we'll get you to Orlando and our good friend Jonathan Coachman. Coach will run through some of the numbers and the next-gen stats from this first half of football so far. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 12 yards on back-to-back plays there, and that's another first down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. He'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Again, he'll drop to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds.
Let's go.
And partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. And he's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great play there. There to make the grab. And the Browns get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. And a lot of football, full half to be played. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is down to a field goal. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of it. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes, but right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. On 1st and 10, O'Donnell. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A big connection on that one. 31 yards. Well, that certainly changes things.
Yeah, I think the thought process is they take this lead into the locker room, run something simple here and run the clock out. Instead, they get the big play. Now they have a chance to increase what they've done in the first half.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. O'Donnell. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Second and 20.
Single, slot. Hey.
Back to throw. O'Donnell. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Looking to throw. O'Donnell. He finds his man, complete. That's George. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. It'll be spotted on the right hash, a 52-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From the 10. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Browns going to go on offense one final time in this first half. And with 25 seconds to go, we'll see how they want to play this. Just 25 seconds to go in the half now as they've got it 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Danielson looking for a slot man, and he's got him. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Danielson. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Danielson. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. To throw again. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. The Browns send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He juked him, breaks the tackle. So we've reached halftime here in Nashville, the Music City, with the Titans out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando. And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports. And we will not see a return to start the half, as this will be a touchback. The Browns offense getting set to go to work here to start the third. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
They'll start the third quarter here on the ground. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. And he'll give it here to his running back. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13.
I know the speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Third down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
Now that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the first down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Out come the Titans now. They'll have it first on offense to start the third. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. So that time the pressure got home just as he was releasing the football and caused the pick.
And what it did was it disrupted that fragile balance of the mechanics of throwing the football. You know, from the footwork to being able to actually throw it downfield. If one piece of that puzzle gets disrupted, it affects the entire chance of success.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Danielson, quick hitter here, it's complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 11-yard line.
Looking to throw. Danielson to the sideline, and oh, that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the 1st down.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game, but in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
Back to throw. Danielson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception, and that means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
They'll try to run this one in. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. That will bring up 4th down and an 11-yard loss to boot. They dialed up a 3rd and 1 blitz defensively. It worked.
Yeah, and a lot of people would think, hey, they thought pass and they guessed right. In a lot of cases, you bring the blitz just to mess up the blocking on a running play. Instead, in this situation, the run wasn't there. They just followed everything right back to the quarterback.
And this one is right through. And that will cut the lead back down to 3 at 13-10. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded right around the 8. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's George. That catch good for only a couple.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
8 yards to go on 2nd down. They'll try the left side. It's George looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. O'Donnell. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Mason. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. On now is the Titans punter as he's on to kick it away. $51 yards on the punt there. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
To the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. To throw on 2nd down, Danielson. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
The Browns on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Back to throw. Danielson. And that is incomplete. That close on 3rd down. I think everybody probably expecting a run. Instead, they go to the air on 3rd and short yardage.
I realize this is a passing league, and they're liable to throw the ball on any down and distance. But that short, I do question the call. Run the football and pick it up.
The Browns send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. They'll run on 1st down. Thomas, and he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Second and 8 coming up. Off play action. O'Donnell. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
give this time to the tailback. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Now it's 2nd and 9. From the gun, Danielson. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A big play that time on the catch and run.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, and we're watching them drive, and it would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
On first down, Danielson. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes his sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down.
It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I could dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. And now here's a carry heading left. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4.
It's interesting going into this game, there was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, Danielson. This goes to Mack on the check down. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to about the 19. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Blocked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And they've got a 4th down now in a game that, to be honest, has been pretty much everything we could have asked for. So a big kick to get this back to even. Now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get it to overtime yet. So now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense and just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you, but you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
All square now at 13 all as he sends this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Into the hands of Sanders. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Clock running, about to hit 90 seconds to go in the game. He's got Mason complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Okay, so now the question, how did he get that wide open?
Well, we both know that he shouldn't, because from the time they handed out scouting reports before this game, he was circled, starred, everything. Find him, cover him. But sometimes you can scheme a guy open. You put the receivers in a bunch. Maybe you move some motion. Maybe you put him on the backside of a formation, and all of a sudden you've got a better matchup. Every now and then, the offensive guys, they figure a way to get him open, even with everyone keeping eyes on him.
And that's certainly a guy they want to keep trying to scheme open. Counting down toward a minute to go in this football game. Looking to throw on second down. O'Donnell, going for Sanders downfield. And that's a touchdown as they broke it on try here in the final minute of the fourth. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the fourth quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And they will take a 7-point lead now. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And it's capped off by the late touchdown. It's a 7-point lead here in the final minute of the game. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From the 6. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So now the Browns down on the scoreboard. A little over 50 seconds remaining. They need a touchdown to the PAT to tie it as they come up 1st and 10. Back to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it's a 2nd down.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Back to throw. Complete to Newsom. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as he'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
And that one nearly intercepted. That would have sealed it. Instead, it'll be 2nd down.
These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the 2nd quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
He's going to let it fly.
Oh, and that nearly ended it. That should have been intercepted, but he cannot corral it, and that is a lifeline there with 3rd down coming up. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
And that will be incomplete. Oh, he left that one in a bad spot, but fortunately it's just an incompletion and not picked to bring up 4th down.
Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. So this one, a Tennessee Titan victory. And we talked so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams, right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, they have to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.